Um, we're going to go ahead and get started, and we always record the training. So tonight is being recorded, and we will post it. Hey, Shelley, a lot of people logging in now. So, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. April and I got home last night from being out in Salt Lake City, and I just wish you were all there with us. I don't know what else to say. It was really cool, and it was really neat being around the people that we were with, for 3 days, 2.5, 3 days, whatever. And it was all in a studio, it was in a, a movie or a TV studio, whatever you call it. But what an experience. And just getting to know so many of these people personally, and hearing their stories, hearing how it got started, just it was priceless. And the one thing that we strongly, very, very strongly recommend and really want to see everybody do is, no excuses, but be in Salt Lake City in October, for the global event. The company has 3 hotel blocks right now, and you don't have to prepay anything. So get your hotel room booked. Okay, there's no down payment, no prepayment. If you go right on the website, there's a Courtyard by Marriott, there's a Renaissance, Radisson, which we're in. We booked in the Radisson. Yeah. And then there's a Hilton something. 139, 149, 179. I think the Radisson we're in is 149 or one. I don't know.
They're all really close.
They're all real close in price, but again, no deposit necessary, no down payment necessary, and you can cancel up to the day before. So they're going to fill up quick. We were told they would fill up quick. So just book your room. You can change it and adjust it any time, but make sure you have a room. Okay. And again, they're right on the website. I was checking airfare. I haven't booked that yet, but Delta had nonstops. Now, again, it all depends on where you live, but from Orlando, they had nonstops running in the 370 to 420 range round trip. So that was, and they had tickets available with points too. So just depending on what you want to do, but it is going to get sold out. And unfortunately, LiveVantage would never limit the number of people that could attend, but the hotels are still doing it in some cases with large groups. There's nothing we can do about it. Now, maybe that loosens up in the next couple months, but we don't know. But right now, you got to get yourself registered, and it's still $20 or $30 cheaper right now. Anyone that knew, I see Jim on here. Jane is on here too. Anyone new, you have a free ticket coming to you. Okay. So, you could save the, whatever it is, the $179, $199 for the event, because you got a free ticket when you did a platinum pack. Okay. You got a free event ticket. So if you need any help with that, let us know. But what we want to know, we listed, the names of the people that are going in the training group. And that's going to help us, because we want to make sure we spend time with you during lunch and dinner and for drinks and different things like that. So we want to know in advance who's coming, and who's attending. And so it helps us, and maybe we could do something for you guys with corporate. Maybe we can get you some private time with somebody. We never know, but we got to know who's going before we can see, what we can do. So April?
It's downtown Salt Lake, awesome place, tons of restaurants. And this weekend, even though we were only in a studio, the real value to your business is picking the brains and hearing what's going on with other people from all groups. I mean, we learned so much about our business and what's going on inside of other areas of the country that we would not have access to. And not only was it a blast, so it's the funnest way to learn, but being downtown Salt Lake is unbelievable. So you definitely don't want to miss this. Enjoy the fun. The friendship between and after and during is off the charts, besides, what you're learning. It's just not the same if you have to do it on virtual. It just, it. We're all sick of Zooms. we're sick of it, all of it. So we want to
Hey,
get
it's
out and
time to
hug.
get reintegrated
Yeah.
with real people and
Right,
humanized
right,
again,
right.
you
We
know?
want to have
It's-
fun.
Yeah, it's time to do that, you know?
So, yeah, so, yep. So, go ahead and get registered. Do you have more you want to go over? Or?
No, I just, you know, we really appreciate the kind words that you've been sending. You know, we've been getting messages, honestly, from all over the world the last couple of days, and not a single message goes unappreciated and unanswered and stuff. We really, really appreciate all the kind words, and you know, it's a tough act to follow with these groups, you know. I mean, these
A lot
people
of
are the
good speakers,
best.
yeah.
These people are the best of the best,
Yeah.
you know, and but you know, everybody fed off of everybody, and everybody had, you know, had a job to do. Everybody had a topic. The topics were lined up so that there was a complete message, you know, laid out for everybody, and we appreciate it and we enjoyed it, and I don't like getting the makeup up my nose and in my, I could live without the
You
makeup
guys get
stuff,
off
you know.
easy.
It's like- but man, April looked hot. They even put false eyelashes on April, man. It was just
He's
great.
like, you have bedroom eyes. I'm like, where'd you hear that term from?
I'm looking at him like, wow, man, what they do with you? So
Well, a lot of fun.
it was
so.
good. But you know, on a different note, you know, it's really time to dig in and rock and roll in the business. I want to share something with you. You know, we either last night or today, we matched the number of distributors enrolled for the month today. Okay, there's the same number of new distributors enrolled in July for that there was for all of June. You're 18 or 19 days ahead with distributor enrollment. We matched June on the 12th of July. Okay, so you know, there's a lot of momentum starting. If you didn't hear, you know, the platinum pack is $9.99. Okay, $12.50 has been discounted to $9.99. So you're getting the same $1,800 worth of product, and instead of paying $12.50, the person is paying $9.99. This is a time to go out and get the customers converted. They are getting almost double in a little less. It's about 47% to 53% on the dollar, okay? But they're getting almost double the amount of product for what they pay, and the business is included, okay? I mean, the point value will be a little less. We'll get 850 points instead of 1,000, but it's the best deal LifeVantage has ever done since we've enrolled 3.5 years ago. April?
Yeah. And I want to encourage you. We had this talk with someone early today. I want to encourage you to make that one extra call. You know, one extra call can make a huge thing in your business. And, you know, I mean, I've never talked about it before, but I kind of play a game with myself. I never end my last call on a bad note. You know, if somebody just said, not now, not today, whatever. And I understand that it's really because they don't understand what we're offering. It's just, you know, our business model is so different than anything else out there. And if everybody truly understood it, they would want to do it. So, you know, I always say, make that one extra call. But when you're making these calls, the other thing we talked about was you don't necessarily want everybody, but when you do call somebody up, have in your mind, you know, why you want them in your business and what you see them doing, you know, have it so, and they don't need to have a special niche, but, you know, it can be people that you've known for years and just wanted to be around, or a lot of fun to be around, or maybe they know a lot of people, or they've got a certain niche, or they're in a certain area of the country. I mean, just think about what they represent. I mean, when you think of people, there's probably a reason why you want them in their business, you know, in your business. So think about why you really want them, and then tell that person that's why you want them in the business. And, you know, it does so many things. It makes them feel better. But the whole thing that we have with this business, particularly when you're new, is figuring out to make that picture for them of what their journey or what you want them to do with this business is going to look like. Because if you just throw out some products, they're thinking, well, they just want me to use some products. And, you know, sometimes
Or sell vitamins or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can come across as she wants me to sell product. So, you know, that's a lot easier instead of just being stuck at product. you can paint this picture of an opportunity. And then if they want to fall back and just use the product first to make sure it's a great product, that's great. But what is it you're excited about this person? Why do you really want this person in the business? And why are they worthy of your follow-up again and again? Because I know that the people that I've really wanted and eventually always get, I have a really clear picture of what the opportunity I see for them. Now, it may get much bigger, it may get smaller, that's totally up to them. But I have a really strong picture of what I see the opportunity means for them. And if you can, share that picture, that image with them, you'll have a much easier time getting people to start as distributors. And like Bobby said, we are so proud. The learning curve for this group has been huge, us included, so different than our previous company. But it's when we see the increase in distributors and customers, it's coming from all over. It's not just one line that's hot. And normally in a business like this, you have your 3 to 5 lines. And we always said, 3 would be hot this month, 2 the next month, and then back to those 3. And I mean, it's just popping all over the place. So it is really, we see momentum really starting to build, and we're excited about that. So the other thing I want to encourage you when you're talking to people for social proof, even though we are starting to get out, we're starting to see people, you may be in an area where there's not a lot of business going on and you don't have the social proof. I think of Marge's group and what she's doing on the golf course. They have some social proof, but a lot of us don't. So you really want to get them in that product Facebook group so they can see those stories. Because I can tell you, again, over the weekend, I had 2 people reach out just based on some of the posts in there. And I really want you to take ownership and do 2 things, if you would do me the favor. One is make sure you're commenting on those posts, because those posts, that gives our whole group more activity, more people, more of your people will see it. But the other thing too is if you hear of a great testimony from your customers, put it in there. The more different people posting it is, the better it is too. So, if you call your customer up and you can see, sometimes I just do a copy of the text message, or, it's been a phone call, I may just type it in there, use their first name and initial or something. But as you hear those testimonies, and we are really hearing some amazing testimonies, put them in there.
We're hearing such amazing testimonies that I'm afraid to repeat them. I mean, they're that good. I'm like, wow, I'm going to need to meet this guy first, and then I'll see if I can post it or not, Crazy.
Yeah.
Good crazy.
Good
good crazy.
Good crazy. Good stuff going on. But yeah, make sure you're making use of that Facebook group, because that really helps everyone as far as, getting people that maybe you don't get right away because they're non-believers, or, sometimes when we talk about Protandim, it can almost sound like snake oil or something. But if they see a lot of people getting those kind of results, and I love when they post medical lab results and things like that, people are getting a lot of benefits from these products. So, we got to share, because again, the science and the concept and everything is so different. We have the supplement that's not really a supplement. And so we have a lot of educating to do, but you can reach that many more people if you drop them in the group and let the group do the work for you until they reach out. And like I said, if we see the comment in there, we'll just text you right away and say, hey, so-and-so's in there, and they're asking about this, they left a question on this post, so we can help you with that as well. So, I really want to tell you to get your number of phone calls up. If you even just add 1 or 2 phone calls each day, or like I do, end on a good note, that can be very powerful for you if you kind of play those games. And obviously, you get better by talking to more people. You get more people, starting your business by just calling more people. So, and it's, just got to let the word out there, because a lot of people don't know. I mean, we went over the numbers at the conference again. People were saying, how many distributors are worldwide, how many are in the United States. And when you think about the percentage of sales to the number of distributors, it's crazy. We definitely need to get the word out there for people.
Yeah, we need more distributors. That's where the growth's going to come from. The customers, they're going to happen regardless. The product's that good that, it's going to happen either way. But everything's a habit. And you just got to get in the habit where if you've talked to someone about the product or business, if they're, obviously, if they become a customer, they automatically go in the Lifespan Matters groups. Okay. Now, if they're not on Facebook, try and get them on it, but there's nothing you can do about that. They're not there. They're not there. But if they're not, if they don't become a customer, but they're intrigued, obviously add them then. You can always say, hey, would you mind if I put you in a group and it'll just keep you up to date on the kind of results people are getting with the product? And everybody says yes to that. Nobody says no. And anytime you enroll, okay, a new distributor, immediately they go in both. Okay, if they weren't already in Lifespan, if they weren't already there, but they definitely get added to Team Unity, the training page. Okay, because that's where they'll be, you know, up to date on the business stuff. But you know, make that's part of enrolling a person. They got to go into the social media part of it. Okay, that's just got to be automatic. Once they've enrolled, make sure both of those groups are covered. And what you're doing is allowing a social media platform do some of the work for you in case you forget. See, it's working when you forget. Okay, if they're in the group and there's a new post in the group, they get notified. Okay, and you never know which one is going to hit them. I mean, we were in the studio out in Utah, and someone started communicating with April, and not only did they sign up as a platinum, they were trying to drive in, and they lived in Idaho. You know, they were trying to drive in. It just didn't work out. But we had made arrangements that they could come in the studio and watch. Okay, if they drove down. That's how open LifeVantage was with things. Okay, they had, you know, they said, yeah, if they come down, there's a number of different viewing areas they can come in and they can watch. So, you know, just get in the habit of doing that. It really matters. Okay, it's validation, it's verification, it's proof. Okay, and you know, that's all people are looking for. Now, the one other thing I want to share with you is, you know, and April was talking about this a little bit. You know, it's so important that you help that prospect visualize what you see for them. And if you don't see anything for them, you need to rethink what you're doing, okay? Because you should never get anyone in the business that you don't see doing well with the business and don't see a way that they do well with the business, okay? You don't just sign up somebody in the business for your benefit, you do it for their benefit, and then they do well, you do well. That's the way it's built, okay, to work that way. So, you know, you got to realize, you know, here's one of the things that blew me away this weekend. How many 30-something, 40-something, and 50-something year olds are comfortably retired after just 10, 11 years in the business? And I mean on anywhere from 400,000 to $1 million a year. Passive, okay? Residual income, erase the word passive, okay? Residual income, okay? That blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind that we have a business that does that in such a short period of time. That never happened in our old company. We could never stop recruiting, okay, in that company. And our residual income in that company was our doctor's offices reordering 5,000 or 10,000 a month in product because they had sold the product from the previous month off their shelves. There was no true, you know, passive form. So, you know, we're the best kept secret. Nobody knows what we got. Okay. We're only 12 years old and nobody knows. Okay. But here's the thing. I don't care who you know, and I don't care how you know them, and I don't care what they do. There is nothing about this kind of business, network marketing in specific, LifeVantage, for anybody not to like. See, we get people healthier. The products are very affordable. We have no competition, and the income repeats over and over again every month. It just keeps coming, okay? Now, there's nothing not to like about that. So why don't everybody join? Well, lack of self-confidence, lack of belief in themselves, but here's the biggest reason. They don't see how they fit in. They could know 1 million people and they'll say, I don't know anybody. They don't see how they fit in. And when you let them know what you, and April's a master at this, okay? What you envision them doing, all of a sudden they begin to believe. And try and imagine now, you know, we're so spoiled with our phones, with the cameras on our phone, that they almost take perfect pictures by themselves. But try and imagine years ago when you actually had to use a camera and you had to focus it, okay? See, people, when you first tell them about this business, it's blurry. And I mean really blurry. and they don't quite get where they fit in or how they fit in. So when you share with them what you see, now be careful. Don't be a freaking boss or general and tell them what to do. Okay. Never, ever be a boss with somebody. That is just dead wrong. Okay. You compliment them on the skills that they've acquired and how you know them and what you envision is possible for them should they say yes to this opportunity. That's how you do it. Okay. And now they begin to let their guard down and maybe they open up to dreaming a little bit. Okay. Maybe daydreaming a little bit. Okay. And think, wow, I do know a lot of people in sports.
I can tell you how quickly the conversation goes when you do that. When you give them a picture, no absolutes, but this is the niche I see for you based on where you live or whatever. And they're just starting to use product or they haven't used product and they can see these benefits. And you just say, who else do you know might want those same benefits, energy or whatever you're going to talk about. And then they're like, well, my best friend and my sister would like those benefits. And then all of a sudden they're thinking about, well, now I could make a little bit of money each week based on those customers. And then they're like, do you think I could ever replace my income or, make some money? And then all of a sudden it goes right on the way back. And when you're talking to a new person, it's on a sliding scale, it's like they dare to believe, but they want to believe. And so, you just have to help them with that picture.
And keep in mind, they may not say everything you want them to say at that moment, but you got their wheels turning and you got them thinking. And that's when they start checking out the Facebook groups. That's when they start looking for validation and verification. That's when it happens. But if you don't get them thinking a little bit and believing in themselves a little bit, and we were taught this early on, they don't need to believe in themselves right away. They just need to believe that you believe in them. And then the rest will happen, okay? So you get someone involved in the business, they're getting involved because they like you and trust you and believe that you believe in them. And that's where they start. And then the personal development part starts to happen, okay? And so it's so important that you let them know why you want them, why you like them, why you feel they would be good. And think, you're pouring compliments on them. So you're making them feel good. Even if they don't do the business, you made their day and you made them feel good. And you left them a better person when you were done than when you found them. And that's our job, okay, in this business. So I got one other thing for you. With the bonus pool, if you didn't know, the bonus pool share is $117. So what that translated to is the upfront money for last month was 40% when you did the deal, okay, whatever it was, customer or distributor, you made 40% and you already got that, okay, you got paid a week later on that, but you divide the 117 by 5, okay, because it took 5 people and 500 points to get in, okay, that's another $23 or 23%, okay, so the upfront money in this business on new customers, this is first time orders, okay, whether it's a distributor or a customer, is 63 to 65%. Unheard of, nobody's got it. Granted, it's on the first order, okay, and then the residual income kicks in after that. But why in the world would you ever want to not be in the bonus pool when you can turn 40 into 63, 64, 65 just by doing it 5 times? Okay, it makes no sense. So let's all strive as our personal goals. And I'm going to be reaching out, April and I know I need to talk to Jim. I know April wants to talk to Jane. I know Kathy. I know these are all new platinums that are listening now. And we want to make sure you got some goals lined up for July. Okay, because this new platinum deal, okay, this is a chance to build your team, quickly with a great deal that I think it's here July. Is it August too? We don't know. It's just July.
No, just
so
July.
We only got it for 19
Yeah.
days. So we really want to make the most of it. But anyway, you got anything else?
Nope, there's an app contest, but I don't really have the details on that either.
Yeah, they're doing the app thing again.
We'll get the details.
Yeah,
for
we'll get the
Wednesday.
details
Yeah.
on it. I'm just hoping they make one of the qualifications productivity and not just listing names. So anyway, whatever the details are, we'll find out, but they're doing something with the app again that's August too. That's July and August, I think. Okay. We'll get the details on that. There may be an email going out today or tomorrow on that, but anybody that wants to be on a team that's not, will help you, find where you want to go. But anyway, we have the chat on Wednesday. We have the power hour on Thursday. April's checking into doing a launch Zoom this week. If not, we'll have one next week, but we'll be in touch. But anyway, thank you everybody and have a good evening. We appreciate your time. Bye-bye.